everyone, welcome to Tom's Aviation. We hope you enjoy this next video.
Can you tell us, were you always interested in flying?
Oh yeah.
As a kid?
Yeah, right.
And so how did you get into the Army Air Corps?
I went to night school and everything else so I could pass the 64 physical.
And then you had to ask your mom and dad, Nanny and Grandpa for permission
Oh yeah. Well,
to get in,
yeah.
to get accepted. And how old were you?
17.
17. And then once you got accepted, didn't you start down at the University of Chicago?
Oh yeah, I was down where they cracked the atom.
At the University of Chicago. You were taking class there?
Yeah.
Waiting for school to start?
Yeah, no, it was at
Stag Field?
Yeah, Stag Field, yeah. And University of Chicago, they never had a good football team, but they had a great, that's where all the brains were, though, you know. Yeah, right, yeah. I seen the, where they cracked the atom and that, you know, they had the nuclear, and when they made the steam and that, you know.
And then once you got accepted, what did you have to do for training?
Well, I went to Moorhead, Minnesota, and we got like a 2-year college course, and we went 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And what happened if you dropped your pencil?
Oh, you're 2 or 3 weeks behind.
And then after your book training, where did you go for your flight school?
I can remember that real well. I flew a J3. That's like a Piper Cub. And it was taken off a 10,000-foot runway. And I used every bit of that 10,000 feet to get up, because I went like this. Right rudder, left rudder, get your head out of your ass, pay attention.
And then did you learn on was it the Stearman? Was that one of your first planes?
Well, yeah, the Stearman was the first, that was open cockpit.
Open cockpit.
Yeah.
I would not
That had so much lift, they had to put spoilers on the leading edge at the bottom of the plane.
It's funny you say that, because we have one in our hangar. We just have it inside in case it rains. So
Yeah,
sure
right.
you go over and see that. It has the spoiler strips.
Yeah, right, yeah, right, yeah.
Very few of the ones still flying have those spoiler strips, but ours do.
Oh,
and I love them. Most people
that plane could do anything.
Yeah, it spins and snap rolls.
Everything except land.
Yeah, that's true.
Because landing was always, we used to go bitch all the time.
But if you can land that, you can land anything.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
And then the B-17 was known, it could always take a hit.
Oh, yeah.
And which plane was the Widowmaker?
The B-26.
The 26.
But it had the best operational record in the, there goes the guy off.
B-26 had the best operational record?
Yeah.
But it was the Widowmaker because it couldn't take a hit?
Well, the tires would blow when they landed, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then didn't you do gunnery training too?
Oh, yeah, Kingman, Arizona.
Kingman, Arizona, did gunnery.
Aerial gunnery, yeah.
Did you fly the Texan for advanced training after the
Stearman?
Stearman?
AT6, yeah, right.
You got one of those?
Oh, you got one of those, yeah.
Just on the other side of the B29.
Yeah.
This place has it all.
It was actually a Wasp airplane.
Oh, right.
Air Service pilots, that's what our T6 was.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it's painted as now. So it
Yeah,
was in Sweetwater for about 2 years.
That was a great airplane, too.
And then what, in World War II, what flew ahead of the B-17s when they were going over? Was it the P51s?
No, the P51 was the fighter.
Oh, the fighter plane.
With the oil cooler on the bottom.
And would they go ahead of the B-17s?
Well, yeah, sometimes, and sometimes they would stay with them and to protect them.
To protect them because they had guns on the...
Oh,
guns on the plane.
Yeah, they...
And then, can you tell us about Bruce Smith, your best friend?
Oh, yeah. He flew 50 missions. You know, that...
He went for 25 and then signed up for 25
5 more, yeah.
And would come in and fix the plane, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then take it right back out.
Right again, oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember him. A lot of brave young, I should say boys, because they were so young, but young men. 17, 18. And how old was Bruce when he was flying?
Oh, Bruce
He was a little
was
older than you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a couple of years older. Yeah.
So he was probably like 19, 20,
Yeah.
21.
They used to say, "Don't piss and moan. It's rougher at home," and we used to tell them bullshit.
You'll take your chances.
Yeah.
So what did Nanny and Grandpa say when you wanted to sign up at 17 because you were an only child?
Oh, they had a stroke.
They had a stroke. And then Grandpa said, Nanny,
Yeah.
sign up and let
Yeah,
him go.
yeah, right. Yeah.
And if you hadn't enlisted early, what would have happened?
Well, a bunch of my 8th grade class got killed in the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, you would have been drafted. And
Yeah.
then neither of us would be standing here today, right?
Yeah.
My dad will be 97 in September. So he's almost 97 years young, right, Dad?
Yep.
I'm doing great.
You chase the young girls, but don't catch them.
Right. Keeps your heart going.
Motorize that thing. Yeah, that's right. Put engines on it.
Don't
Yeah.
give him ideas.
Yeah. No, we'll be sitting outside and you'll hear a plane go over and he'll name the plane and the engine and where the parts were made and where was the B-17 made?
Oh, the B-17 was made in Washington, Rensselaer.
Rensselaer.
Yeah.
And what company made the B-17?
Boeing.
Boeing. Oh,
If it's not Boeing, we're not going, right, Andy?
That's right.
Yeah.
So any other experiences you want to share about your training or your flying or?
Well, every time I do something wrong, I blacked the instructor out one time. I was told to get my head out of my ass so many times.
They weren't as politically
They weren't
correct
politically.
as today.
Oh yeah.
So how did you make him black out? What maneuver were you doing?
Well, we were doing spins and I pulled out too fast.
What were you in the steerman?
In the steerman open cockpit.
cockpit.
Yeah. That steerman is a beautiful.
Hard to hurt those, yeah.
Yeah.
But that instructor was pretty brave, taking new students.
Well, they used to do that. Like I used to tell them, why you guys are always so damn crazy? He says, look, you had Hutchison and all these guys he named. He had four guys for 2 hours try to kill him every day.
Taking him up and taking.
Oh yeah.
So what maneuvers would you do? Like the spin and.
Oh, spin and snap rolls and lazy eights and.
And you never blacked out?
Huh?
You never blacked out, huh?
No, not then.
Because you're so young?
Well, yeah, but see, my instructor blacked out because I was, let's say, 18 and a half or almost 19, and I pulled out too fast, and it looked like somebody shot him in the head. He just flipped right over.
And did that make you nervous?
Huh?
Did that make you nervous?
Yeah, because I know he's going to be howling at me all the God damn it. We did that went up and down for the next 2 hours, up and down.
And so then you also wanted to learn how to fly the B-29s, right?
Yeah.
And you had just finished training and they sent you to England, correct?
Yeah, right. No, I was at England, then he sent me back.
Yeah, you were there for like 2 days and they called you back for the B-29s.
Right, yeah.
Right, yeah. So, and then how many weeks were you in training for the B-29s?
Oh, actually, I was in training for, I actually flew in the jump seat. You know, they had a seat across.
Yeah.
And I just observed, you know what I mean? And like with these propellers, they used to pull them through to lubricate the oil in the engines.
Yeah.
See, they had the wrong engines on this thing.
Why?
Why? Because it was a war.
Oh, what engine was supposed to be in it?
Well, it was a twin engine, Pat and Whitney supposed to have been in there. And we had 900 horsepower Wright Cyclones in the 17s.
Wow. And then you didn't finish training because the war ended.
Yeah,
correct?
right, yeah.
Otherwise, you would have learned the B-29s and gone off active.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you didn't.
Well,
So, otherwise, I might not be standing here.
yeah. It was, in a way, it was a great life, and in a way it wasn't, but it was,
Right.
it was fun.
Great training. And how come you weren't a pilot then once the war ended?
because all the airline pilots. See, we only had, in the whole United States, we only had 300 DC-3s. And then they,
And you had too many pilots,
oh,
so you couldn't get a job flying.
we had pilots up to Guazoo.
Otherwise, he would have flown for sure. Yeah, so ding,
Yeah.
like Dad.
See, but like Andy, now he flew the 787.
Yeah, flew the big ones.
Yeah, I showed you how to do that, didn't I, Andy?
Everything I know, I learned from Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great airplane. That was.
It was.
Anything else you wanted to share about your flight school or experience or gunnery school, or because you went to 4 different
Yeah, I went
places for training, I remember.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
aerial gunnery was Kingman, Arizona.
Yeah. So the my dad was in a newspaper article last September. The author, he writes for veterans for World War II, and he gets their story. And he talked with my dad and wrote an article about him. So he likes to keep the history of World War II pilots and anyone in World War II, keep the history alive for the younger generations. Yeah. Yeah, Ken McClory. So he published that about my dad. And that's my dad at 17 years old. It hasn't changed a bit, Dad.
Yeah.
A little bit different part, that's about it.
Yeah, he still has hair. Yeah. Well, thanks, Dad, for
I'd be a millionaire.
There you go, there you go.
the flight instructors.
Welcome to Tom's Aviation. Come over here and watch this video.